my technical errors are fixed now. I am here in downtown Weed at Bel Air Park, and there's a car show going on here today. So I wanted to come and check it out, see what is going on. Hopefully they're not cooking animals over here. Oh no! All right. Hey Naz, how's it going? Looks like some live music. Ending, I guess. Some nice looking cars here. Ooh. Yeah, they are. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Hey, Zare. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but hello. Welcome, everybody. Pontiac Custom Safari, huh? Ooh, there's a stage over here. That means live music. I was kind of getting excited and rushing along to go to the stage, but I should just take my time and get there and appreciate all these beautiful vehicles. Thank you to everybody joining. I am at Bel Air Park in downtown Weed, and this is the Rollin' in Weed car show. There's a stage over here set up, and obviously the cars. There's some vendors around. That is one good looking car. Mercy. All right. I want to see what's going on here, and then we'll get back to the cars because they're not going anywhere.
But back then, those cars brand new off the showroom were what? Maybe $8,000 at the most for a fully loaded.
I'm gonna turn you around so you can see what I'm looking at. Maybe. Okay. Whew. I'm not sure what they are eating over there, but it smells awful. Maybe some sort of seafood. Oh. Even when I did eat animals, I never ate. Ooh, oh my gosh, I was just telling somebody about this game the other day. Growing up, we would play bocce. And we all know that, you know, someday shit is going to hit the fan. And when that day comes, I want to have, you know, different, not only food and water and supplies, but games and things to entertain me and my family while we are in an apocalyptic scenario. You know, think ahead, have games, board games, cards, things that you guys can entertain yourselves with, because you're not going to have television, you're not going to have YouTube, you're not going to have the things that we all take for granted now. So it's kind of hard to see the chat when I'm walking around because of the sun. So I will try to keep an eye on it as much as I can. Good looking car and queen. Thank you. Oh, congratulations, Mike. That's awesome. 4 months vegan. That is awesome. All right. These people probably think that I'm filming them, so I don't really want to be up in their business while I'm filming. I'm gonna turn you around so that you can see. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of people eating animals over here. Ugh. One of these events that I went to down in Dunsmuir, they had the same stage set up, and they had these like belly dancers come out, and they were not fit to be belly dancing. It was real bad. They got heckled, and they were definitely not expecting that, but it was hilarious. Oh yeah, Mike, I didn't. The lost 30 pounds. That is 35 pounds, just 4 months. That is really amazing. That's awesome. Definitely, I didn't really have much weight to lose when I went vegan, but I definitely lost a lot of weight because I wasn't used to the lifestyle, and I really was a very picky eater. When I first went vegan, I didn't do all of the mock meats and all of this stuff. Pretty much ate only just this homemade bread that I would make, and peanut butter, and tea, and this potato and carrot cheese soup. Uh, Potato and carrot cheese that I made. I almost said soup. I actually do make a soup out of potatoes and carrots and cheese in the same way, but obviously without the spiciness for the soup. Nice paint job. Sun gazing does really have benefits, yes. I know that it does have benefits, but I don't do it as much as I should, so it's not like I can speak from extended, usage of the methods. Whereas when it comes to extended fasting and dry fasting, I have done that. I've done 24-hour dry fast, or 29-hour dry fast. I've done 8-day liquid fast, so I can speak from experience on those subjects, but I don't sun gaze enough, that's for sure. Cast your votes for the best car at the show. Yes, Naz, this is the town that I live in. Well, I live outside of town. Ooh. Trying to. Deborah, you made your own black bean burgers. You should share the recipe if you have a link, if it's online. I've never personally been into black bean burgers. I'm a really picky vegan and I don't like beans, so I don't really eat bean burgers. But for the people that are here that do like bean burgers, they should definitely have the opportunity to taste whatever delicious vegan options that, will get them to stop eating animals. It's so hard to read the screen with the light glaring off. All right. I bought a NutriBullet. Lots of smoothies. Yum. Yeah, I don't post many recipes, but I actually haven't been experimenting much. I still live in a tiny house and I have like a really small kitchen area, and it's just like I don't really experiment that much. The most cooking that I do really is for my full moon celebrations, and that is cooking for a lot of people, and I use the same recipes because why fix what isn't broken, right? I'm recording myself, sorry about that, for the confusion there. It's really cool. I'll probably walk around a few times because I'm not really looking very well at these cars, but checking out the atmosphere. You got to go through and kind of feel out what's going on. It is a beautiful day, and I don't believe that. Oh, I was gonna say I haven't seen any masked people, and then I looked up and saw one over there, so that's about one. Excuse me. One masked person here.
No, you guys, you came to look at this, not.
And nobody social distancing.
Oh yeah, been there.
Vegan chocolate cake and chocolate icing. Yum. Now you're talking my language, Deborah. I have a sweet tooth. And when you're talking about vegan goodies, peanuts are bad for us. I've actually heard that nuts in general aren't intended for human consumption and are acidic and mucus forming. So as far as health wise, obviously you want to take that into consideration, but as far as for me with my recipes and what I promote, if it can save the animals and get you to go vegan, then that's all that I care about. Health is a second story. If you really want to be healthy, then you're going to be as raw vegan as possible. You're going to, do grounding, you're going to do fasting, you're going to do a lot more than just not eat peanuts, so, or other nuts, I guess, whatever, but you get my drift. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I am here at Bel Air Park in Weed at Rollin' in Weed Car Show. Is there a story behind the town's name? The town is actually named after Abner Weed, who I think it has to do with like logging. There's big logging, timber production going on here. There's actually still a big factory downtown with like railroads and stuff that go to the mine and other whatever. So, sorry guys, kind of creeping me out. Okay, he's looking at me. All right, run away. Anyways, and this person really helped save the town back in the day. They were like really known and really wealthy. So anyways, we're back where we started. I wanted to get a better look at this car. Anyways, turn around, camera, get away from me. All right. I haven't tried making any of my recipes with hemp seeds. They mainly call for cashews, and you can substitute cashews with sunflower seeds, which is a decent substitute, but it has a really sunflower seedy taste, so you have to basically boil the snot out of them, so to speak. For them to not taste like sunflower seeds, to be made into an edible cheese. You don't want a vegan cheese that actually tastes like sunflowers. Like, I mean, I guess unless you're into that sort of thing, and I'm not. So anyways, the cake was the best. Deborah, if you have the cake, or the cake recipe, I would love to have that. Bags of frozen vegetables and fry them in oil. That is a good meal. Very filling too. If you have a big enough serving of vegetables that you're gonna feel full. even though the whole idea of feeling full is like, we've all been programmed our whole lives to have this really bogged down feeling when really we don't need that much food to begin with, and we're overeating. We're eating ourselves to death. We're eating ourselves into premature aging and all sorts of diseases by not being able to control our appetites. And trust me, I am guilty. I'm guilty of eating, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm any sort of emotion, it's like I associate it with eating and the pleasure that I get from eating. So, anyways, I think this guy's following me around. All right. Yeah, Naz, I think it's Dr. Sebi that talks about nuts being acidic and mucus forming. Mike, I eat a bunch of nuts too, but I do really think that they are not really what our creator designed for us to eat. Like we're supposed to eat the fruit and then plant the seeds to create new life as we eat.
There's some maybe a couple of dancers. And don't forget to go over and vote before 2 o'clock, I think.
If they have these belly dancers here, I'm going to laugh.
So you need to vote for Best of Show and People's Choice.
They just said that they have dancers going on over here, so I'm going to go over here and see what's going on.
Ballot, and go over there and vote. Here's some music to vote by.
Right behind you. Nice shaded spot here to hang out in. Oh no, okay. Yes, I was responding to your messages about peanuts being bad, yes. I understand that it's not the healthiest, but it can help people go vegan, so that's ultimately what I care about. And yeah. Do I believe Bob Marley is a real person? I guess that depends. There's either two, let's go away from these people a little bit so that we can talk a little bit about conspiracies without all that noise. Basically, it could have been a real person, like a real male who was against the system and then replaced and whatever, like Alex Jones, or it was just an invert from the start. Like, that's the options of these famous people that were given, even if they, say the greatest things against the system, even if they make the best music that inspires your soul. It's like Satan has been at this for a long time, and he's extremely musically gifted. They know how to make music that can easily manipulate us to feel all sorts of emotions, to think things, right? The backmasking. So if they're famous, you have to question them, right? It's just, don't trust them. That's what I would say. I don't trust inverts no matter what. So that's why even when it comes to YouTubers that speak the truth, like no matter how much truth they tell to me, I have to see if they are an invert or not. And if they are, I don't trust them. They could be a gatekeeper telling me all sorts of wonderful truths that I've never heard before. But at the end of the day, if they are an invert, I cannot trust them. And that's how I would obviously advise everybody else who wants to, heed my warnings, because we are living in a world with inverted deceivers everywhere that want to prey on us and manipulate us and corrupt us. And just, if you don't know if they're an invert or not, don't fully trust them. It's not safe for us humans out here in this world of prey. Well, we are the prey for them, the predators. And, if they'll lie to you about what sex they are, they'll lie to you about anything. So don't trust them. Are there any modern cars there? Not that I saw, but I'll walk through again so that we can look. They were mainly older cars. Look at the Thunderbird. Ooh, a spicy vegan queso. That sounds delicious. Please feel free to share vegan recipes in my chat here or on my comment section on my channel in general. I was trying to see if there were dancers over there yet. How long am I gonna be here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. It depends what happens, I guess. There's another protest in in Mount Shasta, the same as Wairika, for medical mandates in Mount Shasta at 2 to 5. And I was thinking of maybe catching the end of that protest. So I'll see what happens. Belly dancers, yeah, it was real bad. Overeating has really hardly been an issue. That's really good. The Alex Jones video that Naz is referring to is my Who is Alex Jones video. I would definitely encourage you to look on my channel and see that. I was trying to figure out who the mystery of Alex Jones is, and I found a bunch of different characters that didn't even look the same and had different voices, and just very, very weird situation. But it was ultimately revealed to me that Alex Jones was originally a real male, and because he was so influential, because he was gaining popularity, they actually killed him and replaced him with a lookalike who actually ate his flesh and soul. The lookalike was an invert, so they couldn't have directly killed themselves. The inverts basically are puppets of Satan, so they fall under Satan's contract that he has with Yah, and that means that they can't directly kill. They have to convince us to kill other humans. That's why you see them making so much of an effort to, go to war with China and all these other wars that they have fabricated in history, all of 9/11 to try to get us to go to war then, to get real human males and females to sign up to protect their country and do this really admirable thing, what would be an admirable thing, but unfortunately it's within the context of this giant psyop, right? 9/11 was an inside job, and both sides of the war are ultimately controlled, funded by, and like every move that the armies or the military or whatever groups that are going to war make are ultimately being controlled by inverts. They're not the ones on the front lines that are risking their lives, of course. They're not going to risk their own lives, and they can't kill. So they put real humans on the front lines, but they sit behind the scenes, telling them what to do, manipulating them, forcing them to go through this MK Ultra style programming to get into the military, into the other groups, whatever, and then dictating all of their moves, pumping them with vaccines, dictating what they eat, when they eat, how they're treated, when they sleep, all of these things. Like, I am all for military and all of these groups, don't get me wrong, but I want them to be treated properly, and I want them to, be used properly. There's a time to go to war, and there's a time not to go to war, and obviously there's a time to not go to war when it's a psyop, when it's a fake airplane crashing into a building with a controlled demolition, and all the sides are controlled, right? Obviously. So anyways, let's see what's going on in the comment section here. Thank you. I'm beautiful. Older cars are the best. Yes. Well, the thing is, everything, and not just cars, but every piece of technology and everything that we have is getting worse over time. It's like, back in the day, you had these monster dinosaur phones that were huge, and you could throw them from like a 10-story building and they're fine, right? And nowadays you have a phone like the one that I'm holding in my hand. If I were to drop it, it's gonna be shattered and I'm gonna have to go get a new phone. Like, everything is being made so much worse over time, obviously including cars, and that's something we need to change for the golden age. These cars, the beauty obviously needs to be restored in the cars that we make for the golden age. We need to bring the beauty of these old cars into the future, but also making them out of the best materials that we can, that are gonna last, that aren't gonna rust, that are going to to last. Like I said, they're not going to need to be repaired all the time, and not having to run off of gasoline or having these oils running off of free energy, all of the energy that is around us that Mother Earth provides for free, definitely is something we need to integrate into all of our technology of the future so that we can get away from the slavery and have as much freedom as possible. You know, the Tesla cars are all of these battery operated cars. You can only go so far on that battery before you have to recharge. On these cars, you get better distance, you know, before you have to recharge, refuel. But all these things are control mechanisms, right? You know, you can only go so far before you have to pay the Pied Piper again, before you have to pay the toll, fill up your gas pump, and then be on your way. When it could not be like that at all. You know, it could be that your car, you get in and you turn on that engine and it goes. And you stop whenever you get to your destination. And even when you get there, you don't have to put fuel in it. You don't have to pay again. You surely don't have to pay any taxes on the vehicle in the golden age because it's actually yours. The only things that are actually yours in this current world that we are in are those things that you are willing to fight, kill, and die for. They don't want us to have a war mentality. And a lot of people see a war mentality like as evil, but when we're literally in a world that was like designed for spiritual warfare, and there's literally enemies against us, at war against us, we need to be mindful of that. We need to have this war mentality where we can defend ourselves against that and not be weak little prey. We need to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, right? Like the Bible says in that way. And in my interpretation, it's like not necessarily the gentle as doves part, because when it comes to it, if you come after me, if you come after my family, you're going to see the absolute opposite of the dove. You're going to see the bear claws come out and I will hurt you. But that is a different story. You need to be able to realize that you're at war and respond accordingly. They want us to all be pacified. The whole Q psyop, which is something I want to make a video on in the future, the whole Q psyop is to pacify us. The whole Trump savior psyop is to pacify us. They tell this whole big like reveal of all of the pedophilia and child trafficking and all this stuff in the context of, don't worry though, because Trump is here to save you. Don't worry, Trump weaseled her way in and outsmarted everybody in the deep state. Yeah, probably shouldn't talk too loud before I get these conservative people pissed off at me about Trump, but I'll argue with them. I went to a Trump rally and had a Trump sign on one side that shows that he's lacking, well, I should say she is lacking a penis, and on the other side I had Biden like with her hand on a child's face. So it's like, I'm not for either one of these clowns, okay? I'm against both of them. But anyways, what I was saying is that it's all to pacify us. They say all this stuff, don't worry, sit back, trust the plan, we got this handled. There's all of these arrests and executions going on behind the scenes, and you know, the proof that they have of this is so stupid. Like, I've asked so many people for proof of these executions, and I got sent a website that, sorry, I'm not really reading the chat, but you guys can hold on for a second. It was like a blog that anybody could have made with a graph, like two things side by side, one thing for their name, one thing for their status, right? That literally anybody could make. Like, I don't really know, but maybe like a third grade, like maybe even earlier if they were really computer efficient. Like, you could do this on Word Office, Word document really easily. So anyways, I start looking at these so-called celebrities that were arrested and executed. And what did I find? Other than the fact that the pictures of them in 2016 are the same exact person as the pictures I find in 2021. There is a lot of cloning, and that's a different story, but clones do not have the same teeth as the original. Clones don't have the same freckles as the original, different skin markings like a birthmark or something. A clone wouldn't have those things because it's not written in your DNA. These are a personal thing that is you. Even identical twins, which would be nature's clones, they have different teeth, different markings that you can tell them apart if you actually look at them closely. So the whole idea that they're being arrested and executed, in the most laughable part, some of them say that they're being arrested and executed and replaced with clones. Like, what would actually be the point of them doing that? And why are the clones doing the exact same things as the originals if they're supposed to be good? It's just so stupid, and it's so sad that so many people have fallen for it. But I fully believe that the Trump cultists would bow to a new world order under Trump. Fully. Absolutely. They've already cheered for martial law under Trump, so it's really not that much farther to go. So, anyways, I'm going to turn you around and check out the chat, okay? All right. Wow, there's a lot of things going on. Thank you all for joining. What type of music do I listen to? I listen to all sorts of music. I don't really have a specific genre that I limit myself to. I prefer love songs over anything, but I like all sorts of music. What do I think about David Icke? David Icke is a female gatekeeping controlled opposition in Verto. Check out Brendan O'Connell on Alex Jones, LOL. Alright, I'll have to do that later. Do you think the Karate Kid Ralph a female? Because I've had some suspicions. Yes. If you see them on TV, if they're famous, it's like 99.999% of the time they are inverted. There are some real males that can slip in some of the time, but they won't be the lead role. They're not going to be the one that, all the girls at home are lusting over. It's not just about making males lust after MTFs. They want us females to be looking at the screen and seeing these really soft-eyed, soft-faced, really emotional, and guys that get teary-eyed. This is what I see on Hallmark movies. You actually see the FTM in a scene get teary-eyed while the MTF doesn't. It's pretty funny to watch, but they want us to have this fantasy, I guess, of males that literally is unattainable, just as they want I guess it's Satan. It's not really they, it's ultimately Satan. Wants males to have this fantasy of other dudes, right? He wants you guys to be lusting after MTFs that are degenerates, because that's ultimately what he is. And when you look at these MTFs, you are literally looking at Satan. You're not lusting after just an invert. You're literally lusting after Satan, and he is a sodomite degenerate. He's going to corrupt you. So if you have any other people you want to investigate, I would definitely encourage you to join the Transvestigation Disclosure Now group that I have on Facebook, and post their pictures so that you can have the group roast them. Nice old fire trucks here. Definitely support the firefighters and other men in uniform. Ideally, all of the men and women in uniform would be, upstanding and all of that. us females have been programmed through all sorts of media to have these firefighter and police officer and all this stuff, fantasies through media. And realistically, when it comes down to it, these positions are the real heroes, right? When they put this fantasy in our face, it's not just like a shallow thing, because at the end of the day, we keep finding out all of these heroes on TV, you know, even the so-called truther heroes, the whistleblowers, are all not heroes, right? And we're like looking around for the heroes. Well, the real heroes are the ones that rush into danger to actually save people and to, you know, serve the community and make the world a better place. Those are the real heroes. And I'm definitely not saying that everybody in these areas of occupation are that way, are admirable, whatever. There's crooked people in every occupation, and the farther up you go into the rankings, the higher up, the more power that they have, the more corrupt that they are. Ultimately, lots of times it's like the more blackmail that they have on you, the more, you know, they'll let you be in power as long as they have blackmail on you so that they can control you. And that's how they keep a lot of the control over the puppets that they use to run our world. And ultimately, again, by they, I mean Satan, because he is the grand master that is behind all of this. Not any of these puppets. They want us to basically blame Bill Gates for this or that, or this puppet for this or any of this. But at the end of the day, they're ultimately just puppets. They're not the ones that are calling the shots. They're just doing what they're told to do, what they're being puppeted to do, what they're being manipulated or whatever. Maybe they even want to. It's a person by person basis. All of these entities that are ruling our world, there are some things that are true about all of them, but other things that aren't. Like, you know, they're all individual souls at the end of the day. So it's kind of like a case by case thing. But like I was saying earlier, you cannot trust an invert. So no matter how much truth they say, no matter what, you cannot trust them. Okay. Hello to Bangkok. I am at Weed Bel Air Park at the Rollin' and Weed car show. And we're looking at all these beautiful cars. Just walking around a few times here. Great video on BitChute about 9/11 from Weekend Warrior. Sweet. You'll never see a 50-year-old Toyota Prius. Oh, well, yeah. Hemp plastic, absolutely. Not only just plastic, but clothes and so many other things. Hempcrete, like so many things can be made with hemp, and it would do so much to save the trees too. It's definitely something of the future of the golden age, but obviously not something that the power companies want. If they can make us humans look like the virus on Earth, then they can go to the spiritual world and say, look at how bad they are. We're doing the world a favor by exterminating them all. So they give us the worst possible things, right? They literally control what's popular, what we have, all of these things, right? So they're controlling what we have, and then when we use it, when we're using all of this plastic and filling up these landfills and all this other stuff, then they're like, look at how bad humans are. It's like, you are the ones that are doing this in the first place. That really makes me angry. So let's not get angry here. Not really the appropriate place. But yeah, they're definitely using all of this as an excuse to exterminate humans and make us look the worst way possible to the spiritual world. People are like dancing around me because they think that I'm recording them. Okay. What do you think of Biden? Biden is a female puppet just like every other president. Biden pretends to be stupid and laughs at the people that really think that they are stupid, just like AOC, whatever that Alex Male's name is. anyways, they love to do this whole thing where they pretend that they're dumb and then laugh at the people that think that they are dumb. It's really irritating to me because I am not the kind of person that's like gonna play dumb to. Why would I want to go on television and pretend like I have dementia and that I can't say words? Like, that just makes you look bad. But I'm not an inverted clown, so I don't really have all of the reasons why. But one reason is that Biden is really popular and famous. So some of these people, it's not even about money. It's like, these are not only family generations, it's like what they were groomed for. But the fact that Trump is so, oh shoot. The belly dancer. Well, a belly dancer. I'm not sure it's the same one. It might be somebody different. Oh, geez. All right. What was I saying? Trump. They say that Trump donated all of their paychecks to the government, which is like, why would you donate all of your paychecks to the government if you're really against the government, first of all? But second of all, it's not like Trump necessarily needs to be famous when Trump literally gets all the praise. People literally freaking praise this clown. They think that God sent this clown to be their savior. That alone, that ego trip, the fact that people haven't even outed Trump yet when it's so obvious, like all of these things, they don't necessarily even need to get paid. They want to revel in this glory being a human savior. About free energy earlier, yes. All right. We've had enough of that, or at least I have. All right. Deborah says that she made the icing powder sugar in the blender, add cocoa and oat milk. Huh. Do you have a sixth sense? Do you mean to ask me if I see dead people? Because no, I don't see dead people. But I do think that we all have powers and capabilities. Turn around, camera. Okay. I do think that we all have powers and capabilities that we can tap into, like telepathy and all of that, when our pineal gland is not calcified, when we are functioning properly as our creator designed. And they literally like try to put fluoride in everything so that that's not possible. So yeah. Definitely another one of those things to pacify us as a species and to keep us from rebelling against them. I'm not sure if I even finished my train of thought earlier, but like I was saying, the whole Q psyop thing is to pacify us and keep us from rising up and doing anything about it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really passionate about squashing the psyop. It's crazy that people, actual truthers who like learned that presidents were selected and not elected, can go back to sleep because of Trump. Like they think that Trump somehow got in there. Anyways, let's go back to the chat. This is a good spot to stand. I'm not in anybody's business over here. All right. At war with us, but we're supposed to live on Sesame Street in Mr. Roberts' neighborhood with Andy Griffith as our sheriff. Yes, that is exactly what they want. Just keep quiet as long as you have your sports, as long as you can consume the corpses, as long as you can watch inverto pornography, then most of the human species is just completely docile. They've stopped fighting. So can I do a 360? I mean, I can slowly. Me or the camera? Me with the camera or me without the camera? All right, anyways. I would love to live in a town like Mayberry. You would not fight for the protection of this truth and the messenger of this truth. All right. I know it's not a real town. All this water behind me. I'm really thirsty, but I don't drink bottled water. I was reading a while back that the FDA actually has passed laws or whatever that your bottled water has to be ozone treated. So all of the bottled water, whether it's fluoridated or not, whatever, that doesn't matter. It's still ozone treated. So that's something that you also need to worry about. The Crystal Geyser plant is here in Weed, and they ozone treat their water. And the people that go and work there are only allowed to drink the water from the plant. And if they drink water that is like just freshly bottled, that just came out, just was ozone treated, it'll actually make them really sick. And over time, you can kind of see the life force energy of the person as they work there kind of getting depleted because they're consuming this stuff that is designed to kill life. And they make sure that all of your bottled waters are treated that way. So anyways, when you die, you get what you gave. Well, I definitely agree that, you know, if you were good, your vibration is high, you're going to go up, and if it's not, then you're going to go down. Okay, that was the answer to this question here. And we're all going to be judged, and not just by our creator, but ultimately by ourselves. We're going to judge our own selves the harshest because we were ourselves, right? We know everything about ourselves, and we're going to be our harshest critic. So I definitely encourage people to do what their soul came here to do. You need to figure that out first and then actually do it so that on the other side you can be proud of yourself. You really think that your soul is going to be proud of you for just going along with the status quo, working a 9 to 5, getting the injection and dying as an old, well, you probably won't even die as an old person because you're going to take their boosters. You're just going to be a docile servant and go along with what they say. You're not going to last long. You're ultimately going to be taken out early because of foolishness. So I guess that was a really bad example. But in a previous world, you know, people would work till they're old and then retire and then die, right? That's what everybody has done. Is that what your soul came here to do? To work and then retire and die? Or did your soul come here to do bigger and better things? My soul did not come here to work a 9 to 5. Like, I came here to do something about what is going on, and that is ultimately why we are here right now at this car show having this live chat. So definitely encourage you to figure out why your soul came here and then actually do that so that on the other side you can judge yourself and be proud. You know, you might have made mistakes in the past, you might have done really evil things, I don't know, but you can choose today to be a better person. You can choose going forward to be a better person, and ultimately veganism is a part of that. We've all eaten babies of other species, unless you were fortunate enough to grow up in a vegan family, but we've all done evil, so we need to have the forgiveness of ourselves for doing that stuff when we were in ignorance, but also moving forward from that. Like, it's not one of these things that you say, I was abused in the past, so I can justify this behavior and keep doing it going forward. It's like, okay, I did this in the past, but now I'm going to choose to do something different, to be better. And a lot of times that is a really, really hard choice. If you were in one of these inverted elite families where your whole family for thousands of generations was inverted, and, you know, breaking out of it and actually reverting to your original sex, and trying to live life differently is going to be way harder for most of them than it is for us, right? We're not, like, my family didn't disown me for being vegan. Like, this is a completely a completely hard choice for them, and I understand that. But I know that being a coward and shying away from doing the hard thing, is not the choice to make. Your soul's not going to be happy with you on the other side. You're going to go down in the books as a coward. And I don't know about you, but that is not something that I want to do. So I avoid that very, very, very much. I don't know, very passionately. All right, let me catch up here. Hey, Sonia, how's it going? Richard says that they came here to work 7 to 11. Okay, not a 9 to 5, just 7 to 11. Forgive the old you. Exactly, Deborah. Richard, I am already proud of myself being in this hell called Earth. Well, this Earth can either be a hell or it can be a heaven. Unfortunately, we have been manifesting this hell, and it's not just the powers that be manifesting it. We have been manifesting it too. When we choose to enslave the animals, for instance, that alone justifies our enslavement to other species. That alone. When we go have farmers that call their herds, that alone justifies calling of our species. It's so simple that a child can understand. But a lot of people aren't ready to accept that yet, whether or not they want to accept it. It is true. The fastest thing that we can do to get out of this situation is literally go vegan. And that being said, famine is coming. And like I was saying in my earlier videos, they are destroying crops. So I encourage you to seriously start pushing yourself when it comes to fasting as well, so that you have already started testing yourself, right? You're like, I already know that I can go, me personally, I know I can go 8 days without food. I've already done it. So that's not something like when it comes to famine, that's 8 days more food for my family that I can plan for. And it's something that I would encourage you to start doing as well, pushing yourself with that. And if you don't have a source of water, other things like that, I would definitely push myself with dry fasting as well and plan ahead to try to find somewhere for a bug out location ultimately. I usually say Mount Shasta. And when crap hits the fan, a lot of people will come to Mount Shasta. And obviously, when there's an army of people here, that's a whole different story. But right now, there isn't an army of people here, so they can easily close down the mountain and force their will on the human population. If there was a whole army, the mountain would not be closed right now. But finding humans that are actually willing to, that guy just told me to come over there and have some candy. Alright, I'm running away. Alright.
That's another one. It's made out of chickpeas. It grows all over the Middle East.
I think I might be blushing right now. Alright.
So I have an instrument here that definitely comes from Turkey because there's only one company that makes them.
All right. We are here to have fun. Well, I think that going to war with the powers of darkness is fun sometimes. I mean, obviously, I chose to be here, so I think it's fun, more fun than sitting around up there watching. I would not like to be a watcher at this point in time. I would much rather be a soul that's taking part in the action. What's going on? All right. Jesus ate fish. Well, that might be true for the Jesus that you follow, but the Christ that I follow was a vegan. When I found the teachings of the Essene Christ, that really changed my life. The Gospel of the Holy 12, that is the Christ that I would follow to the cross, not the Christ that ate fish and, the whole concept of dying on the cross for somebody's sins is against Old Testament scriptures, and the Essene Christ taught that taught that when you shed innocent blood, you actually increase your condemnation. You don't find forgiveness for your sins for doing that. So those are the teachings that I follow. That Christ fed the crowds grapes and bread, so it was like a communion. At one point, there's like two different stories of him feeding multitudes. At one time, he fed them grapes and bread, and the other time, he fed them melons and bread. So both of those sound really delicious. I don't know about you, but the contrast between grapes and melon, like something so wetting, juice and fish, it's like I would much prefer the fruit and bread, and I don't believe that he would have served flesh. So that's the Christ that I follow, and yeah, excuse me. One of the verses that actually is said in the Gospel of the Holy 12 is that those who have mouths that are stained with blood, hands that are stained with blood from the flesh they have in their teeth, they can't be righteous. They can't touch holy things. They can't know the mysteries of the kingdom. They can't have the same treatment as those who do, those whose mouths are defiled with flesh. So anyways, that's the Christ that I follow. Alright, I kind of want to avoid that guy over there. He's creepy. I don't have a husband. No, I'm divorced. Alright. Can you feel spiritual vibrations? Yes, especially if you are in tune to them, if you're not fluoridated, if you have spent time, trying to purify yourself to a point where you actually can be in touch with these spiritual energies. Obviously, you can be in touch with them without this. There are a lot of people, that are born with more magical connections than others, especially the inverts who are not human. The more non-human your blood is, the more magically gifted you're probably going to be. It's not like necessarily everybody, but that's just one of the things that comes along with it. Those that mated with humans, like the Jinn that are beings of smokeless fire, they shapeshifted into human form and mated with human females to get these hybrids, and they are more magically gifted than us. They're like able to live, I don't even want to put a number on it because the amount of time that they can live is just extremely long. Like if Yah leaves the dome up, if there's somewhere for them to hide, they can literally live like forever until physical matter is destroyed. So anyways, they're more magically gifted. The reptilians, which include dragons, then Akash, these other species tend to be more magically gifted than humans. So when you mix their DNA with humans, then you're going to find more magically gifted humans. And I said all that to say that some people are born with it. You can get it through purification, which is obviously the path that I promote. But obviously there is darkness. You can open yourself up to darkness, demonic entities, and get things that way. And that's how these elites also do it. When they're sodomizing little children, it lets demons in. I was going to say something. I'm going to try to not get my video taken down. Males were not created to be penetrated, okay? So when you do this, when you go against God's design, you get issues, and it's literally lets in demons. So anyways, let's move on. Ooh, grapes. What do you mean by non-human blood? Mixing with other species. Hope cleared that up with what I just said. I'm saying that she said that. I don't know what you guys are talking about, grapes and strawberries and stuff. It's making me real hungry. Alright. Knowledge remains supreme over nearly everyone. Alright. you around and look at some of these cars and go, that's all right. Wander over to this music. Eric, we're gonna go check it out. How can I restore skin elasticity? That is a great question. I would definitely encourage you to experiment with dry fasting. That is what I've been doing, and I've had a lot of people already tell me that I look younger. There are other things, there are natural things that you should look up on Google, obviously. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. But dry fasting is one of those things that will help and tighten up your skin. It'll help you look younger. It'll actually help you age slower. Like a day without putting poisons in, you know, when your body doesn't have to work to decompose all the junk you're eating, process it all, and do all this, you know, breaking down and building up and all this stuff. That's like you're literally adding time onto your life. It's really hard, and I know I've said before I have my own demonic attacks when it comes to that, and having the demons come along and say, what is the point of living one more hour if you can't eat or drink? But it does get easier over time, and if you wanted to live long, if you wanted to get in the golden age and stay young looking and age slower and just get rid of diseases, everything, it's just stop consuming. That's the number one thing that you can do, really. So anyways, let's see. It's so hard to read in the sun. Oh yeah, I said we were gonna go over here to the music. Sorry about that. No food. No food and no water. That's my dry fast. I've done that for the past, well, actually, last Monday I wasn't exactly feeling well, so I did it partially, and then I was like, I'm not feeling well, so I want to eat something that makes me feel comforted. I know I would get healthier a lot faster if I didn't eat, but it's like, I just want to eat some ice cream. But anyways, so I didn't do that. But then on Tuesday, I did a 24-hour dry fast, and then on Thursday, I did I don't know. I've done multiple 24-hour dry fasts, and I've actually done some 29 and a 25. So I've done quite a few dry fasts before in the past few weeks. I'm really pushing myself with it and hoping for really quick results. All right, here's what we're listening to, Eric. Days is really impressive, Naz. Good job. What do you think of slavery? Was that a real thing? Well, technically, turn around, camera. Technically, we're all slaves right now. Well, most people are slaves to the system. But I do think that different groups throughout time have been enslaved, and the powers that be have manipulated us to enslave others and do really horrible things, especially segregating us based on race. That is really something that, for some reason, humans are really easily divided over. And yeah, it's really sad what they can get humans to do by just why would you not like someone solely because of their skin color? If you're not going to like someone, like them for an actual reason, not just because they have a different skin color than you. Like, are you really that simple-minded? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But anyways, let's see what's going on. My skin looks good. Thank you. And eyes. Ooh, thank you. When I fasted, I felt so weak, but I felt very detoxed, and my skin looked years and years younger. Oh, I should watch where I'm walking. That is awesome. It does really drain you to fast. You have to kind of, have time to not be at work and be able to lay around and do nothing to do it, but it does get easier, even that. I haven't done a liquid fast since, I think I posted about the last one. It was 8 days, so I haven't done that, but I've been working more on dry fasting. So anyways, it does make you weak either way, but sometimes, like after you've done it for a while, you can get bursts of energy. As far as if you're liquid fasting, I've talked before about this. What's that supplement called that I got? Not really sure. There's some electrolyte supplements that you can find on Amazon that can help. They're 0 calorie, so you can
So I'm gonna
continue
take a couple
fasting.
minutes and,
You can do, a liquid fast and get electrolytes. They can help with energy, help with like people feeling dizzy and.
You with a news outfit?
I'm with my own YouTube channel, Queening on a Snow.
Thank you.
All right.
You can't really play a toxin unless you've played the instrument for a while.
Yes, they are doing MK Ultra on the population.
So
All right.
it's very similar to.
Sorry, I'm scrolling up. There's a lot going on, and I appreciate that you guys are all here and being patient with me, responding to your comments.
Jump to another cave explorer right now.
I'm inspiring you to fast. Yay! I'm glad to hear that. I hope it goes well. Longest fast was 14 days. That's really impressive. Yeah, actually, Zerg was inspiring me to fast, and I did want to do an extended fast, but since I have all of the full moon events, it's like if I try to do 2 weeks of an extended fast and then recover before a full moon event, it's gonna be tough. So, oh, hello, just casually walking into people's way. Let's stand in front of this. All right, I just decided to go vegan 100%. Yay! Good job, Eric. I'm glad to hear that. Mike says, I would love to cook for you and fast with you. Only 3,000 miles away, though. Come out and meet me for my full moon events. Eric, and everything I am being influenced by and everyone is helping me convert. Yay! There are a ton of Facebook groups with vegan recipes that you can find. So don't be discouraged. Pretty much everything that you love now can be made in a vegan version. If a lot of times they'll have it already made at the store. It's not really the healthiest, but if it can save an animal, if you truly want to be healthy, you're not going to be a junk food vegan, right? You're going to go all the way and be a fruitarian like you're supposed to. But I understand baby steps. I'm still not there. So don't get discouraged. We're all on this path, and it'll get a lot easier during the golden age, especially, when I have control of things and I can make the Queen's Kitchen available 24/7 with delicious food and all of these yummy things. Liquid chlorophyll, huh? I think somebody brought some liquid chlorophyll onto the mountain one time and tried to give it to me, but I didn't take it. I'm a little suspicious of taking things from people directly. We live in a really controlled reality, and I have had a lot of assets come to my events, like government people, like undercover, and trying to do things. So I'm really always on guard and cautious about what I do. So racism is trained, yes. That's funny. Do you think agents are around you pretending to be normal people? Absolutely. Paranoia. Are you saying I'm paranoid because I know that these people are around me, or is this from way before? Okay. Because I'm not paranoid. I just know the truth. I know that there are agents around, that there are inverts every frickin' where, especially here, Mount Shasta, the meeting place of heaven and earth. Over there. Do you still get headaches at all from dry fasting? Sometimes when I've not had any water, I find I get a headache. That's a good question. I might have had some sporadic headaches, but honestly, with dry fasting, the worst thing for me has just been emotional issues, my will to live going down because of not being able to drink water and eat. It actually really, it takes away all the hunger. You're not even focused on food anymore. You're just really focused on drink. You're like, I'm so thirsty. But yeah, anyways, after a while, your body will actually start making its own metabolic water. Your temperature will raise, and your body's basically going to start cooking out all of these impurities as you detox yourself. And this metabolic water is going to help you detox your system. So if you can push yourself, like the more you can push yourself, the better and faster results you're going to get with dry fasting. I was saying before, it's like 3 times as powerful as wet fasting. So if you do like a 1 to 2 day, 1 to 3 day dry fast, it's like, 4, 6, 8 day water fast. You're significantly reducing the time that it takes to get where you want to go, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot more takes a lot more dedication and willpower, and ultimately willpower is what, well, what I'm attracted to, actually, because with willpower you can literally do anything. With enough willpower you can become anything, do anything that you set your minds to. So anyways, yeah, I've had somebody give me something at my event before, and then I like ended up sick the next day, so I like, that was so stupid. Why did I do that? Learned that lesson really quick. What do I like about Mount Shasta? Well, Mount Shasta is beautiful. I mean, that's pretty much, like, I don't know. Mount Shasta is beautiful. I love this area. I love going up there under the full moon and having the wide open sky under the stars. And most of all, I love that this is the meeting place of heaven and earth. That this is where my soul came to change the world. And obviously there's things about Mount Shasta, well, this area, and some of its people that I would love to change. And over time, things will change. But I'm ultimately here because my soul wants to change the world, and this is where that happens. You have to, come to the root of the problem to fix the problem. So that is what it is. It's a beautiful place, and I actually was discussing recently with somebody about, they've summited Mount Shasta before, so I wanted to get some information about that, and potentially planning my own trip to go up there. So we will see what happens, hopefully in the near future, but they did just close the mountain, so it's kind of up in the air. And yeah. I'm gonna turn you around here, look at some cars again. I know we've already seen these, but you can look again for everybody joining for the first time. What about the people that died in slavery? Where do they go? Because some say their ghosts stayed there. Well, I do think that just reminds me of what I said I'm trying to turn the camera around. In my video on Wednesday, I was saying that if somebody prematurely killed me, I would stay and haunt them until they died, and then, I would wait around for them on the other side. Like, we have unfinished business. You made me mad, and I'm gonna stay mad for a while. So as far as them staying around the place where they died and haunting that and stuff, I do believe that is a thing. Disembodied souls being around, hanging around, and I would do it myself. All right. Okay, scrolling, seeing what's going on in the chat. Thank you again for everybody who's here. Have you ever met a Christed person or a liberated soul? And if you had, would you know? I haven't ever really looked for any of these, and I don't believe that I have come in contact with any of them. As far as the coming Christ, I follow, the biblical scriptures that say that King David is the the anointed king, the coming Christ, and I know that he isn't born yet. He hasn't been conceived yet because I'm his mother. So, yay, long live the king. All right. I definitely plan on, well, ideally I would be raw vegan during my pregnancy, and I want my child to be wholly from the womb. I found some historians saying that James the Just, the brother of the Christ, was wholly from the womb, and I'm like, oh, I want that for my child. So that is what I plan to do. And, all right. Sorry, I'm missing some comments back here. I found when I gave up eating animals, I could feel the spiritual energy more and my dreams became more vivid. That's awesome. Naz says that he agrees about the vivid dreams. Richard says he could feel the energy coming from the people that made the food. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to turn you around to see some of these cars here again. Europeans worked stuff out as they went along. Plantations in the Americas ended up relying on African labor, for it turned out that Africans could survive the brutal conditions. That is really interesting. I do think that, not all slaves, I think, first of all, every race, I think, has been enslaved by other races. And I think that some people that owned slaves didn't treat them as bad as others. It's just like, the same with farmers. They don't all beat the snot out of their animals, Some of them are a lot more gentle than others. So it's not like you can paint them all with the same brush. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like, if they're doing something evil, they're doing something evil no matter how evilly they're doing it. But if you're paying someone for a job, obviously that's different. And unfortunately, that's kind of what today's modern day slavery is. What is the Queen's Kitchen? I plan on replacing McDonald's. So basically the whole concept of a McDonald's being everywhere so that everybody has access, and it has all of my delicious favorite recipes, vegan, cooked vegan, raw vegan, juices, smoothies, all of the works. And I want to incorporate AI. I don't know why people are dying to work. I personally want to put robots to work for me. They can do all of the heavy lifting and make all of the food and do all of the cleaning up, and we can have fun and enjoy our lives. So that's what I'm going for. Sounds awesome to me. Hopefully it sounds good to you too. And obviously other people are more than free to make their own restaurants as long as they're vegan. And other employments. People came here to do different things. Some people want to be chefs, other people want to build things, other people want to make art. Like, whatever you want to do, we should have the ability to do that, as long as it's good, All right. Wow, there's a lot going on in the chat. I apologize again. It's taking me. I have to keep scrolling back up here, and then I talk for an hour, and I have to go back there. Scroll. Okay. I have more willpower for other things now that I'm vegan. That's awesome. When did you decide to become a witch and why? Well, growing up, was, attracted to witchcraft, obviously satanic programming through Charmed and all these other media outlets that we see, but I wanted to be a white witch, use these things that I'm seeing that they're using for evil to do good, right? And obviously being in a Christian home and sticking to mainstream biblical narrative, I stayed away from that. And then I found the Gospel of the Holy 12, and it actually talks about the Christ's early life and how he went down to Egypt and learned the laws of the luminaries, how the sun and the stars and the moon works, and how to communicate with birds and beasts and all of these magical things. And I'm like, this is magic. He literally used Reiki to heal people. Laying your hands on someone and healing them is Reiki. Okay, that is Magic 101, and that pretty much opened it all up. So want to fight fire with fire, and I kind of like to ruffle feathers if you haven't noticed. And the fact that all of these things that were once good have been demonized and inverted, like taking them back and using them is really important to me. The women of olden days, before you had your pharmaceutical industry, before you had all of the established religions, if you were sick, you would go to the local witch doctor right down the road. She has whatever she has to heal you. You have an exorcism issue, you go to the local witch doctor. But now you go to the establishment. And obviously there are good and bad of every kind. Witchcraft is a tool. It's a toolbox. Any person can go to that toolbox and pick out any tool and do anything with it. You can use the hammer to build a house, or you can use the hammer to... I was gonna say something, I wanted to make it say something bad, but what came into my mind was, going after a pedophile. But that would actually be a good thing, so let's not scratch that. You could use the hammer to do something bad, or you could use the hammer to do something good, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. All right. This music is interesting. Smokers and coffee drinkers have a hard time due to the stored acids from body fat. Where'd the car go? Where'd it go? All right. Yes. Acidic environments, parasites, demons, ultimately. Demons thriving in acidic paradise in your belly. Okay. Let us see. Okay. Veganism is the way, absolutely. What's your favorite color? Because I don't like certain colors now that I found out some are Freemasons. Actually, blue is my favorite color. And in regards to the Freemasons, we hear blue and yellow is Freemasons. Well, guess what? Blue is the color of the sky, and yellow is the color of the sun. So they're actually God's colors first. And they've been used by people of all different groups. And actually, as far as the Freemasons go, I would suggest to look up The Lost Continent of Mu, Motherland of Man, by James Churchward, and he talks about the first religion of man being Freemasonry and how they actually worshipped the grand architect of this world, this realm that we are living in, and it makes sense that it would be, one of the first groups of humans. So like Satanists, they don't come up with their own stuff, they infiltrate. Humans create a group, then they being Satan gets inverts to go in. The humans are like, okay, we don't know how to investigate, we don't know how to tell the difference between a boy and a girl, come on in, you're our friend, whatever. They let them in. Then a little ways down the road, this invert is leading everybody. They have infiltrated and corrupted, and they've done that with every stinking group. Like it's very, very irritating, but that is what their MO is. That's what they do constantly. So as far as Freemason, like pretty much all of these groups that when we first awaken, like we're all taught to demonize. I personally have kind of like taken a step back, and I'm like, I want to know what these groups originally believed before they were infiltrated and corrupted. And when I look into the Freemasons' original like symbolism, I think the book might be Sacred Symbols of Mu. So it's like there's two books by James Churchward. So one is like a main just overview of all the stuff, and chapter 8 talks about the religion, and then this other book actually talks about the specific symbols that they use. They talk about the pyramid with the eye in it and all of this stuff. So it's really fascinating. I would definitely encourage you to check it out as I move slowly away from this creepy guy that was offering me candy earlier. Okay. What is inner beauty to you? I think that beauty, it's a pretty, it's a good question. I'm not really ever thought about it, but I think that someone who wants to protect the innocents and who is willing to fight, kill, and die for them, who wants to make a better world. That is the most beautiful kind of inner beauty that you can have. And, you know, yeah, there's many souls that came here for that. Many of us came here because we wanted to make it a better place. We could have stayed up in the upper realms where we are not being crushed down, we were not being deceived and corrupted and turned into clowns, but we chose to come here for a reason. Many of you came here to fight back. Hopefully you didn't come here to add to that reason, to help make humans into clowns, and ultimately to help the darkness spread, because this place is getting really, really dark over time. It's kind of a really heavy subject to be talking about here at a car show, guys. But anyways, over time, there's like this filtering effect where the souls that come into the mother are, you know, more and more souls are coming in for the dark side, and the souls that come into play for the light side are getting overwhelmed. It's not fun it's not fun to come in and get crushed down and have that be your entire existence. So over time, it's like a lot of these souls that stop coming in. So it gets more and more dark souls, less and less light souls, and this is a spiritual battle. So for those of you who did come in again to fight this battle, thank you for being here, and I look forward to the golden age where we can all rest from this madness. All right. Mount Shasta is considered to be the root chakra of the world. I will visit soon. Yes, the root, the heart, the crown, sometimes called the eighth chakra. When you stand, you know, your root chakra is down here and your crown chakra is here, so they're on top of each other. Mount Shasta used to be a giant tree, not a volcano. Underneath Mount Shasta is a subway system, really fast subway system that is connected all over the earth, and we're not allowed having access to it. So they scare us away. They try to tell us that it is a volcano that is going to explode, not to go down there, all of these things. So let's try to not talk about all right. I used a gematria calendar and it said the goddess didn't crucify the Christ, and it freaked me out. I thought maybe you hacked my name on there and spoke to me. Huh. The goddess didn't crucify Christ, huh? That's interesting. What did you type into the gematria calculator to get that? What is the 144,000? It's a good question. Lots of people have lots of different opinions of that. So I really don't actually have a definite answer for that. When I was in my Torah days, it was supposed to be these children essentially that would be leading the second Exodus, if you will. The entry number 1, huh? The second Exodus to the future Israel, but it's not really something that I've been focused on for a while since I left the Torah. Hey Alex, how's it going? Looking lovely in black, by the way, my beautiful queen. Thank you. Oh, you typed your name in it. Interesting. The name of your YouTube channel? My full name in gematria is Truman Show. Wow, Deborah, that's really interesting. I've learned a lot of truth about the numerology of the original Torah. It will make your head spin. I do believe that there is a lot of numerology in it. I'm not sure what you mean by the original Torah, if you're talking about the actual Hebrew itself, but Jeremiah 8:8 talks about the Torah being made in vain by lying scribes' pens. So that was one of the things, that actually got me away from, being a Bible thumper, and finding lots of contradictions, like just, in one place it's saying, in Jeremiah 7:22, it's saying that Yah basically didn't tell the Israelites when they came out of Israel to make these sacrifices. And then when you go look in Exodus and read the verse, it's literally right after they come out of Exodus. He tells them to make an altar and start sacrificing. So it's like, how can you both like have said that and have said that at the same time? It's contradictive. So I kind of decided to stick with the prophets in Jeremiah, and I think I want to say Psalms, maybe some other verses. I have to look into it. I haven't really been involved with this stuff for a while now, but they literally say, I don't want sacrifices. If you kill an ox, it's as if you killed a man. So it's like, that's pretty serious. If you killed an ox, a cow, it's as if you killed a man. But in the Old Testament, they're just casually just killing animals left and right. So it's like a lot of contradictions in there. So I'm not sure. Anyways, that was a lot of tangent about the original Torah. All right. Yisro Aaron Thomas. That's interesting. Was it do you have the link to the gematria calendar that you used? They say tsunami and tornado are made from past slaves that died in the ocean. Is that true? I have never heard of that, but ultimately what is allowed to happen is up to the mother. Sophia is the one that ultimately can say no or yes, because she's all physical matter. So, whatever anyone tries to do, if she doesn't want to do it, then that's who gets the ultimate say. But there are other factors in there, weather modification that the government does that isn't ghosts, or whatever that is really happening, that they're doing this to cause chaos, to depopulate humans for many reasons. But I'm not sure about the ghost thing. I think this creepy guy's following me around again. I'm gonna turn you around so you can see. Children are captured, bought, and sold into slavery, with the Western world paying scant attention. Human rights groups have marched and battled against abuses notably less cruel and evil than human bondage, yet no major organization has attempted to free today's black slaves, much less taken meaningful steps to raise awareness about their plight. I don't buy chocolate. I'm vegan, so the chocolate that I eat comes from plants, not cows. So this music is like playing out of tune. You want to see what this music is about, Eric? I don't know skills, so that's funny. Can we meet and speak in person? You can come out to one of my full moon events. I'm up on the mountain like the whole night, pretty much from sunset till dawn. Anybody can come talk to me. I didn't know anything about that. Tens of thousands of blacks continuing to be held in bondage. I don't really, I don't video chat with people. I just do my live chats here, and then if people come to Mount Shasta, that is a different story, but yes.
Wrestling and then martial arts.
The Quran for Muslims to enslave fellow Muslims. Huh. Bless you. All right. My mic is muffled. Sorry about that. Is it good now? It would be a cool thing, all of us together in person. Thanks for the gematria link. I'll have to look into that with your name and see if I get the same results. That'd be funny. I've met many liberated souls, and you can know their vibrations or presence. What? I don't know what you mean by liberated souls, I guess. Hello, Billy Mack. Popping pills is not the cure to the virus. The cure is actually being healthy. Stop eating, stop poisoning yourself, and allow your immune system to heal. It's also not the Bill Gates virus, just so you know. Bill Gates is just the one that they are making us all put a target on, give us someone to hate. But anyways. Canaman, do you have a link or anything that you could post here? Hello, Emmanuel. How's it going? They have a particular energy signature. When in their presence, you can feel bliss and peace, the peace that passeth understanding. Can't say I've ever come across that, but I would also be worried about them being that way because of dark forces that are making, essentially manipulating me to feel that peace, when really I should be terrified running the other way because they want to eat me and my future children. All right. Okay, thank you, Naz. Perfect. Alex, you're working your way out here visiting South Dakota. Nice. There's a lot of fires going on, so I don't know if you see my previous videos, but Mount Shasta is currently closed for like 3 weeks, starting from the 22nd. So yeah, they've pretty much shut down everything over here because of all the fires. They're saying that there's not enough resources, so they're going to shut it down to be preventative. And you're in Thailand. Well, there's always the golden age in the future, so I definitely plan on, making a way for people that want to come out and meet me, trying to help them in whatever ways that I can to get here. Well, the real humans, that is. We'll see about the inverts. It's unfortunate, but sometimes they have to be worked with. Now, as the comments do stay up, there should be a little bar. Depends on what platform you're on, if you're on a phone or a computer. On the phone, it should, there should be a thing where you have the comments and the likes, and it should say live chat. And on the computer, there should be a bar to the right that says live chat that you should be able to see in real time. So you watch it, and they'll pop up as they're commenting as you watch. So. Darkness can make you feel zero gravity and light as air. Yes, they're very good at manipulating humans, and humans are very good at being manipulated, unfortunately. Trying to.
Tucked a One Star in before my husband or kids keep catching. It's like, guys, you're not gonna have a heart attack. You gotta have a heart to have one, right?
When people purposefully stop beside me and speak because they want to be on the camera.
Beautiful.
It's like that. Okay. Laughter is psychologically making light of a matter and laughing at it. I'm not sure. Okay. This is supposed to be a fun matter, so I don't know. I don't know what the comment's supposed to mean. All right. What time is it anyways? I was thinking of actually heading over to the Mount Shasta protest that's going on over there, so I can catch the tail end of that. So I think I'm going to, I mean, we've seen all of the cars, and we've been walking around for a while here. So I think I'm going to go and see what's going on. I wanted to kind of meet up with any of the patriots over there to, can you ask about your pennant again? Tektite, it is from the heavens, and there are two rocks. You got Tektite and you got Moldavite. One is to help connect with the feminine divine, which is why I'm wearing the Tektite, and Moldavite would be for the masculine divine. And I named this Inanna, and I have the intent of it kind of acting as a shield for any energy that's coming in to basically filter out and make sure that nothing bad comes in. You know, it's like only what my higher self, what Inanna, my true self, allows through to come through. So that is what that's for. I used to have the lapis lazuli. My necklace actually broke for my choker, and yeah, kind of bummed about that. But it actually eliminates the false accusation that I'm wearing it because of same reasons for the inverse. I wear it because I think it's sexy and it goes over the chakra. So anyways, that's a whole other story about magic. So yes, it's been a long time, Mike. It's been fun. So anyways, like I said, I am gonna go and head off to Mount Shasta and see what it's like. I'm really thankful for those of you who watched and chatted with me. I'm really loving what else is over where. Over there is just a stage with some stuff going on, music, anyways, and people eating animals. So nothing over there. I'm gonna head off to Mount Shasta, and I will catch up with you in just a little bit.